Stop for a moment. Notice your thoughts right now. Are they calm or are they pulling you in different directions? Most people lose control of their life not because they are weak, but because their mind is never trained. They know what to do, yet they don't do it. Discipline is not about force. It is about training your mind to listen to you. In this episode, you will understand why your mind resists control and how discipline quietly changes everything. Stay with this lesson because it works, but only if you stay. Chapter 1: Why Your Mind Feels Chaotic. Your mind was never designed to be calm all the time. It was designed to protect you, to react quickly, to search for comfort and safety. This is why your thoughts move constantly. One moment you are focused, the next moment you are distracted. Your attention jumps from one idea to another, from past to future, from fear to desire. Most people believe this chaos means something is wrong with them, but it does not. It simply means the mind is untrained. An untrained mind reacts to everything. A trained mind chooses its response. Most people never observe their thoughts. They believe every thought is true. If the mind says, "I am tired," they stop. If it says, "This is difficult," they quit. But slowly, mind becomes the decision maker, and the person becomes the follower. This creates frustration, stress, self-doubt, because deep inside you know you can do better. Discipline begins with awareness. The moment you notice a thought and pause before reacting, you regain control. That pause may feel small, but it is powerful. In that pause, you choose who leads, you or your impulses. Let me ask you something important. When was the last time you completed something difficult, even when you didn't feel like it? Not because it was exciting, but because you decided to finish it. That moment, that decision is discipline. And if you have done it once, you can do it again. Discipline is not talent. It is practice. And practice can begin right now. Understanding your chaotic mind is important. But awareness alone does not change behavior. Many people understand their problem, yet repeat the same mistakes. Why? Because they wait for motivation. And that is where discipline collapses. Let's talk about why discipline is stronger than motivation. Before we continue, so let me ask you something. If this way of thinking feels different, like if the calm pace helps you understand clearly, if you feel your mind slowing down instead of racing, then this channel is for you. It's here. We don't rush motivation. We train the mind slowly, deeply, correctly. Each episode helps you think with clarity, build discipline naturally, and improve your English without pressure. If you want more sessions like this, more episodes that strengthen your mind step by step, subscribe to this channel. Not for entertainment, but for mental training. Now, pause slightly longer. Let's continue. Chapter 2: Discipline is stronger than motivation. Motivation feels powerful. It feels exciting. It gives you energy for a moment. But motivation is emotional, and emotions are unstable. Some mornings you wake up feeling ready. Some mornings you feel tired before the day even begins. If your actions depend on motivation, your life will move forward, then stop, then move again without direction. Discipline works differently. Discipline does not depend on emotion. It depends on decision. Motivation asks, how do I feel today? Discipline asks, what must be done today? This difference seems small, but it decides everything. Motivation is loud. Discipline is quiet. Motivation promises quick change. Discipline creates slow, permanent change. Think about people who improve their life over many years. They are not excited every day. They do not feel inspired all the time. They feel resistance. They feel boredom. They feel doubt, but yet they act anyway. That action builds something important, trust with themselves. Every time you do what you said you would do, your mind learns, I can rely on myself. That trust creates confidence. Confidence creates stability. Without discipline, confidence collapses. Many people confuse discipline with punishment. They think discipline means suffering. But discipline is not suffering. Discipline is self-respect. When you discipline your mind, you are saying, my future matters more than my comfort. Motivation says, do what feels good now. Discipline says, do what will help me later. This is maturity. Discipline also creates freedom. When you rely on motivation, you are controlled by mood. When you rely on discipline, you control your behavior regardless of mood. And it is real freedom. Discipline removes daily negotiation. You no longer argue with yourself. You no longer wait. You simply act. Over time, discipline becomes identity. Say yes. You stop saying, I am trying to change, but you start saying, this is who I am. And once identity changes, behavior becomes natural. That is why discipline is stronger than motivation. Not because it feels good, but because it works. Motivation feels powerful, but discipline decides your future. If motivation disappeared tomorrow, would your habits survive? That question matters. Now you understand why discipline is necessary. But here is the problem most people face. Even when they try discipline, their mind pushes back. Let's understand why that happens. Chapter 3, Why Your Mind Resists Discipline. Your mind is designed to protect you. Protection means comfort. Comfort means low effort. So when you decide to change, your mind becomes uncomfortable. It reacts. It sends thoughts like, this is too hard. Do it later. You deserve rest. This resistance is not weakness. It is survival instinct. The brain wants to save energy. Discipline demands energy. So the brain resists discipline automatically. This is important to understand. If you believe resistance means failure, you will quit. But resistance actually means discipline is working. The first time you sit to focus, your mind becomes restless. The second time, it complains less. The third time, it begins to accept effort as normal. The mind learns through repetition. Avoiding discomfort teaches the mind to escape. Facing discomfort teaches the mind to endure. And this is how mental strength is built. And many people try to fight resistance with emotion. So they argue with themselves. They feel frustrated. And this makes resistance stronger. The correct response is simple. Do not argue. Do not negotiate. And act anyway. Action trains the brain faster than thinking. When you act despite resistance, the brain updates its rules and it learns effort is safe. Over time, resistance weakens. This is why discipline must be calm. Aggressive discipline creates burnout. Calm discipline creates consistency. You are not trying to dominate your mind. You are training it. Training requires patience. Small effort, repeated daily, creates long-term control. Your mind will resist at first. That is normal. But if you stay calm and consistent, your mind adapts. Eventually, discipline feels lighter. Focus becomes easier, not because life is easier, but because your mind is stronger. Now listen carefully. Resistance never disappears completely. But small discipline makes resistance manageable. In the next chapter, you will see how small actions create big mental control. If discipline feels heavy, it will not last. That is why discipline must be small, simple, repeatable. Let's learn how. Chapter 4: Small discipline, big controls. Many people believe discipline must be extreme. They create strict schedules, long plans, big promises, and these plans fail quickly. The mind does not accept big change suddenly. It accepts change in small steps. Small discipline is powerful because it feels safe. Wake up 10 minutes earlier. Read 1 page. Focus for 5 minutes. These actions feel easy, but they are not meaningless. And each small action sends a signal to your brain. I am in control. That signal builds confidence. Discipline grows like interest. Slow at first, then strong. Small discipline also removes fear. Big goals feel heavy. Small tasks feel manageable. When tasks feel manageable, the mind stops resisting. Consistency becomes possible. This is how discipline becomes automatic. You do not force yourself. You simply follow routine. Routine removes emotion from action. That is why disciplined people feel calm. They are not fighting themselves every day. They already decided. Small discipline also protects against burnout. Burnout comes from intensity without recovery. Small discipline allows rest. It allows balance. Over time, small actions shape identity. You stop seeing discipline as effort. You see it as who you are. Identity is powerful because identity controls behavior even when motivation is low. Small discipline is not weakness. It is intelligence. It respects how the mind works. And when discipline respects the mind cooperates. That cooperation creates control, and control creates freedom. Today you didn't learn motivation. You learned awareness. Motivation fades. Awareness stays. Motivation depends on mood. Awareness gives you choice. When you become aware of your thoughts, you stop reacting automatically. You pause, you observe, you decide. And in that pause, discipline is born. Not the loud discipline of force, but the quiet discipline of self-control. You may not feel different right now, and that's okay. Real change doesn't announce itself, it reveals itself over time. What matters is this: you are no longer asleep inside your own mind. You've taken the first step, and the first step is always seeing clearly. In the next episode, you'll discover why your mind resists discipline, why habits fail even when intentions are strong, and how to train your mind to act even when it doesn't feel like it. Episode 2 is where awareness turns into action. Stay ready, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next episode. Most people listen to motivational videos, feel inspired for a moment, and return to the same habits. Very few people choose discipline. Very few people decide to train their mind daily, calmly, quietly, consistently. If you are still listening right now, you are not most people. This channel is not for quick motivation. It is for long-term mental strength, clear thinking, and steady growth, especially if you are improving your English. If you want content that respects your intelligence, trains your mind, and helps you grow one day at a time, subscribe to this channel. Come back daily. Listen patiently. Practice discipline. One day you will realize your life changed quietly because you trained your mind.